Hello friends, welcome to Birens Academy. Today we will going to cover some more important multiple choice question on American authors. As we already covered some part of this. This is the second part. Okay. The first question, in which work Hemingway celebrated bullfighting? In which work Hemingway celebrated bullfighting? Death in the Afternoon, The Torrent of Spring, A Movable Feast, The Green Hill of Africa. Okay? Here, in the Death in the Afternoon, Hemingway celebrated bullfighting. Death in the Afternoon. The answer is Death in the Afternoon. Next, who is the protagonist of Hemingway's The Sun Also Rises? Santiago, Robert Cohn, Jake Burner, and Brett Easley. And here the answer is Jake Burner. Okay. The next question, which novel of Hemingway is based on the theme of man's struggle against nature? Which novel of Hemingway is based on the theme of man's struggle against nature? Here the answer is The Old Man and the Sea. And here the important character, that is the old man was Santiago and the fish's name is Merlin. Okay. The next, which novel of Hemingway won him the Nobel Prize for Literature? Hemingway won Nobel Prize for Literature for the novel, that is The Old Man and the Sea. Okay. Here I have discussed 4 questions, very much important questions, that is Hemingway celebrated bullfighting on Death in the Afternoon. The protagonist of Hemingway's The Sun Also Rises, that is Jake Burner. The novel Hemingway is based on the theme of man's struggle against nature, that is The Old Man and the Sea. And the novel won him the Nobel Prize for Literature, that is The Old Man and the Sea. Next question, when was William Faulkner born? That is 1897. Next, who encouraged Faulkner to write novels? Who encouraged Faulkner to write novel? And here the answer is S. Anderson. S. Anderson. When did Faulkner's first novel Soldier's Pay appear? The first novel Soldier's Pay appear, that is on 1926. Who wrote The Sound and Fury? Who wrote The Sound and Fury? That is William Faulkner. The next question, when did Faulkner receive the Nobel Prize? And here the answer is he received Nobel Prize in 1949. The answer is B, 1949. What was the original title of Hemingway's novel The Sun Also Rises? Okay. What was the original title of Hemingway's novel The Sun Also Rises? The answer is Vista. The answer is Vista. What was the original title of Hemingway's Last novel, The Old Man and the Sea. Last novel, The Old Man and the Sea. The answer is B, The Sea in Being. The Sea in Being. Robert Frost was born in the year. Next question. Robert Frost was born in the year. The answer is B, 1874. Okay, I am not repeating here the four options because it will take time and the examination is near. That's why I am just giving the answer. Okay, and first see the previous videos where I described about all the writers and all the authors. First complete that one, then move on to this MCQs. It will be revision for you. Okay, and you can able to give more answers here. Okay, so I am just telling about that question answers only. See the next questions. Robert Frost was an American poet. Okay, Robert Frost was an American poet. Robert Frost died in 1963. Okay, Robert Frost died in 1963. See, what are the important MCQs I am discussing here, and the already which is already provided to you. Just listen to that in your free times. If you completed that whole videos, just listen once again. Okay, because when we are reading, most of the time when we are listening, we are capturing more. Okay, so that's why it will be a very helpful for you. Just complete it as soon as possible, then again and again listen to it. Okay, see, we'll move on to the next questions. Which one is a collection of poems of Robert Frost? Which one is a collection of poems of Robert Frost? Here, the answer is A Boy's Will, North of Boston, Mountain Interval. All these three are the important poem collection of Robert Frost. Next. In which collection of poems of Frost are his poems Mending the Walls and the Death of the Hired Man included? Again, in which collection of poems of Frost are his poem Mending the Walls and the Death of Hired Man is included? The answer is North of Boston. Okay, North of Boston. Next question. First poem Bridges and the Road Not Taken are included in his poetical collection. First poem Bridges and the Road Not Taken are included in his poetical collection Mountain Interval. Okay, the answer is C, Mountain Interval. See, here the poem The Road Not Taken is very much important, and you have to remember the quotations, the stanzas. Okay, that is the two divergent road, and here many more quotations are also there. You have to remember that one. In exam point of view, it is very important. And the Mending Wall also, it is also a very important poem of Robert Frost. The next, whom did Frost describe as the only brother ever I had? Who did Frost describe as the only brother ever I had? The answer is B. E. Thomas. Okay, the answer is B. E. Thomas, who described first philosophy as simple woodland philosophy. Who described first philosophy as simple woodland philosophy? The answer is C. Anne Douglas. Anne Douglas. Who called first a poet of tarot? A poet of tarot. The answer is Thrilling. The answer is Thrilling. Next question. Which of the following has been called a proletarian epic? A proletarian epic. The answer is D. Faulkner's Light in August. Faulkner's Light in August. The next question, question number 41. Who is the protagonist in Hemingway's novel The Old Man and the Sea? And here you can able to give the answer, because most of the time I am repeatedly told about the main two characters, the old man and the fish. Okay, and here the answer is Santiago, and the fish name is Marlin. Okay, and Absalom is a novel written by Absalom is a novel written by Faulkner. Okay, Absalom and Absalom is a novel written by Faulkner. And here the important quotations which I told you before, that you have to read the poem and you will get a most important quotations from that poem, that is, see, who said, but I have promised to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. This is a very beautiful quotations, and it is a quotation of Robert Frost. Okay, Robert Frost, and the poem is The Road Not Taken. Okay, and who said earth is the right place for love? Very important phrase. Who said earth is the right place for love? The question number 44. The answer is Robert Frost. Okay. Next, we will move on to the question number 45. Which is a great patriotic poem by Frost? Which is a great patriotic poem by Frost? The patriotic poem by Frost, that is The Gift Outright. The answer is C. The Gift Outright. Next, when Kennedy took office as President of America, Frost was invited to recite one of his poems on his occasion. Which of the following poem did he recited? Okay. See, when Kennedy took office as President of America, Frost was invited to recite one of his poems on his occasion. Which of the following poem did he recite? The answer is A. The Gift Outright. Okay. The Gift Outright. Next questions. I am the poet of the body, and I am the poet of the soul. The pleasure of heaven are with me, and the pain of hell are with me. Okay, the quotations once again. I am the poet of the body, and I am the poet of the soul. The pleasure of heaven are with me, and the pain of hell are with me. These lines are quoted from one of the poems of Whitman's. From which poem? And here The answer is C, The Song of Myself. Next, number 48. When Jawaharlal Nehru died, 4 lines of a poem by Frost were found written in his own hand under the glass top of his table. From which poem were they quoted? When Jawaharlal Nehru died, 4 lines of a poem by Frost were found written in his own hand under the glass top of his table. From which poem were they quoted? Okay. That is, the answer is C, Stopping by the Wood. That is, Stopping by the Wood. Next, question number 49. Which of the following novels of Faulkner is believed to be most autobiographical? That is, most autobiographical. The answer is A, Rivers. Okay, the answer is Rivers. Who is the author of the novel Light in August? The author of the novel Light in August. The answer is Steinbeck. That is, the answer is William Faulkner. Here, the number 50. Who is the author of the novel Light in August? The answer is William Faulkner. Okay, William Faulkner. And here, I have told you that the question number 48, mark this, the question number 48. When Jawaharlal Nehru died, 4 lines of a poem by Frost were found written in his own hand under the glass top of his table. Okay, the poem, from which poem were this quoted? That is the Stopping by the Wood on a Snowy Evening. Okay, and here, see, the quotation is there, and here this line is taken from, that is Stopping by the Wood on a Snowy Evening. Okay, and that is not that road not taken, and these 4 lines was found in the table of Jawaharlal Nehru. That is, but I have promised to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Okay, and I hope you understood these questions. I have covered from American authors the 50 questions. Look into it and go through these. Okay, and you will get questions and you will able to clarify all the doubts here. The extra questions which I have provided, just go through it. Okay, and I have discussed many questions regarding Hemingway, Robert Frost, William Faulkner, and some other novelist, and just go through it. I hope you understood all the questions and answer. Okay, and if you have any doubt, you can message me also. And thank you for the class.